Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another book review. This is book number 12 in the Harry Dresden series, and of course it's called Changes. And in this book he discovers he has a daughter. And of course Susan comes back to the picture. I thought, I was always wondering when she would return, because she's known as a halfling. She was turned into a halfling vampire. And she only goes full-fledged when she hasn't had enough to drink, or when she hasn't fed. But all the vampires in the Dresden Files are subject to this, and it's very interesting where this takes place, because at first he goes to Oslo, which is close to where a friend of mine actually lives. He lives in Molde, Norway. But he also heads to Chichen Itza, which is important. I'm not going to say why, because that would be a huge plot point and I won't reveal it. It's really, it cuts really down to the wire, this one. This is more about his family and who he loves and his loyalties, and I'm writing a review right now. I'm doing a review right now. Oh. Okay, then I'll walk the dog in a bit, okay? Thank you. Anyway, I really enjoyed this book, although, even though Jim Butcher debates it, it didn't end on a cliffhanger. I beg to differ. Anyway, a lot of us fans will definitely debate that point and will say, well, clearly here, you, Mr. Butcher, you did mean for this to be a cliffhanger. No, look at this page. But I'm not going to say why it ends on a cliffhanger or how, because, again, a lot is revealed here, and this is a huge revelation in Harry's character and his development over time, and just the relationship that he has with Stacia, or Anastasia. Yeah, their relationship is very interesting, should I say. But I think they're made for each other. I really do. I support this ship more than I probably should, and I I like it much better than I do Susan and Harry, although I did really like Susan and Harry together, but Susan becomes a little psychotic when she hasn't fed. So, but that's part of any problem of dating a vampire. It's kind of like Once Bitten, if you've ever seen that movie. Think, what am I getting into? Am I an object of affection, or am I just food? That is the whole point that Justine illustrates within the whole mythos of Dresden, and it's very interesting because we run into Mab, and if you're familiar with Mab, she comes from Shakespearean lore, and actually she comes from Irish fairy tales and folklore, and Mab is the queen. She's the winter queen of the Seelie, and she's super powerful, and she's one to be respected, and it's like Dresden always says, do not negotiate with the Fae. I mean, the Fae are tricksters at their very core. And Toot Toot comes back, and I absolutely love Toot Toot, and actually Toot Toot is promoted to general. At first she says, my lord, are you certain of this? You're promoting me? Is this bad? Because he doesn't understand that general is, really good. But there's a reason why he's promoted. I'm not going to say what that purpose is, but he makes a deal, Harry does, with Mab, because the original Winter Knight was killed, and of course with all this power and unbelievable cosmic resources that you would receive as being the Winter Knight, part of Mab's court, basically the dog of Mab, there comes quite the repercussion, and of course Leon City is part of it. Leon City is his godmother, and I always love Leon City, even though Leon City is kind of condescending. She actually reminds me of the Condescends. She does. I mean, I don't know what it is, but like she just has that kind of same air about her, and just her merry laughter and her arrogance, and just the way that she deals with Harry, and her devil may care nonchalance, and just her unyielding beauty, and just this cold, calculating way about her. I thought condescends. She's the condescends in this world. I mean, I know I really shouldn't be getting into Homestuck, but I can't help it when I'm reading this, because I keep seeing her character pop up. I'm like, it's her. I hate her, and I love her, and it's very complex, and that's what I love about these worlds that I've gotten so involved in, and they intertwine. I never really noticed that until just recently, and how it's become a part of my everyday life. And this, I think, I'd have to say, Changes is probably my favorite book of all the books so far, just because we get to see the true integrity of Harry's character, and how much he really cares, his gallant nature, his gentlemanly purview, the way he handles situations dealing with Molly, and how he teaches her, and how he takes care of even Mouse and Mister, just how much he loves his familiars, and how they protect him out of loyalty. And there's just that echoing theme throughout this particular book, and this is why I like Changes so much. It's just so involving, and it's as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the best books of the series. But of course, I'm now reading Side Jobs, and Side Jobs is just a compilation of different stories, and it has a end to the cliffhanger. So I'm really not to that part yet, but I'm sitting on pins and needles wondering what it is, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it will be. But that's pretty much all I have to say about Changes. It really wasn't that long. It took me 4 days to get through. It probably would have taken me only one had I been at home sitting alone and just doing nothing and reading through the book. But regardless.